Hello, my precious advisory. This is Mrs. Martin here with your video on setting up your senior portfolio website. There are several ways of accomplishing this, and I'm going to show you three. The first one is starting from a blank site. The second is checking out Google's template gallery. And finally, the one that I think is probably the best way for us to approach this is by copying a template that I have provided. Let's get started. We'll begin at the Google homepage. Notice that I'm signed in both up here in my Google Chrome window and signed in to the Google website. From here, I have two options. I can either click on the waffle menu to access more of the Google apps. Here I've got sites. Or I can type into the web browser sites.google.com. I know I'm in the right spot when it says sites in the upper left corner. Now here's where your paths may diverge, because remember that sites isn't limited only to your senior portfolio. The options are literally endless. So the first route we can take to making a new site is just by starting off with a blank site. When I click on blank, it takes me to a completely blank website that is entirely customizable by you. All your customizations are happening in this right sidebar, and we'll go over these in more detail in a future video. For now, we're just trying to get the site started. Our second option is to use one of these templates. I can click on Template Gallery, and it gives me quite a few options of different styles of sites, where you can kind of have the opportunity to drag and drop as you see fit. One such template you might be interested in is the student portfolio. By clicking on Student Portfolio, it has now created a site with some sort of formatting, where all you need to do is replace the formatting with items that are specific to you. Sometimes checking out templates can give you lots of ideas of how you would like to set up your senior portfolio and what you want your site to look like. Finally, you have the option to copy someone else's site if they give you permissions. For those of you in my advisory, I've given you permissions to copy the senior portfolio template site. Let's run through how to do that. In the description below, you have the link to this senior portfolio template. Again, if you're in my advisory, then your email has been added to the list of contributors of the site. There are a couple of things to make note of when you're trying to access this senior portfolio template. One notable difference is that when you click on the link below, you're not going to see this page with all the editing options on the right. Instead, you will most likely see this page. Notice that the layout is different, and this is just for viewing purposes, not for editing purposes. In order to get to that editor's layout, you need to be signed in to the appropriate email. This is where being signed in the Chrome browser is important. Notice I'm using my school email, but again, for my advisory students, you should be using your personal email account so that you can hang on to this website even after you finish with LAUSD. Those emails were given to me last semester, and I've already added them to the template so that you can make a copy. You'll know you're signed in to the appropriate email when at the bottom you see this pencil, which is going to take you to the editor's page. When you're ready, go ahead and click there. Now we're back on the editor's page, again, because we were in the appropriate email and we've been given permissions to edit this page. But please do not edit this page. This is just for your template. And your job, once you get to this spot, is to go up to these three dots and duplicate the site. In this duplicate site menu, you're going to want to rename this in a way that's easy for you to find. For example, I changed mine to Angelica's Senior Portfolio. I can leave it in the folder for my drive. And notice, share with the same editors, we're going to leave that box empty. We don't want your site editable by the rest of your classmates in advisory. Once these are all set, go ahead and click Duplicate. Now that we've duplicated this site, you need to go and access your senior portfolio site. Again, we are not editing the template. To find your site, click on the site's home button in the upper left corner. And look for the site that we just created, Angelica's Senior Portfolio. I'll know I'm in the right spot when I see the original template with my newly designed name for the site up here. And now our site's created and I can start making edits and additions to complete my senior portfolio. That takes care of this video. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to add your site to our quick access on Schoology. Until next time.